And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Anthony. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Kansas City defense, tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The Kansas City defense back onto the field. They'll look for the stop here in the first quarter of a tie ball game.
Got it. Ready? Come on, boys. Here we go. Set.
They'll run with a 2nd-round pick from April's draft. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And, Charles, you look at this defense. They were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Back to throw. Anthony. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Again, he'll drop to throw. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. 3rd down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. The Chiefs defense back out there. They'll try to put together a stop as this drive begins with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. From the 41, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hess. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10. Looking to throw. Anthony. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Nick Bolton, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guy.
The Kansas City defense back onto the field. Their guys have the lead here in this first half. They'll try to further the cause on their end as this drive begins 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Chris Jones on the stop.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Off the play fake, Anthony. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
The Chiefs defense back out there. They'll be looking to get off the field quickly here as this drive begins 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, Anthony. And that one too wide and incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Anthony. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw, Anthony. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half, and now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
The Kansas City defense back onto the field. They'll try to get the football right back to their offense who just punted. So now they'll try to force a punt themselves. It's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, Anthony. Open man is Myers. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Looking to throw, Anthony. Short throw caught by Bowers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. That's complete to Tony. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That's to the left side where he's got Bowers. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big pickup of 38.
That's good for another Las Vegas.
The Chiefs defense back out there. They've been the dominant side so far, working with a 2-score lead here in this third quarter as this next drive gets underway. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Here's 2nd and 10. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Anthony. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 33. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 33. Looking to throw. Anthony. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down of the sack.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That'll be caught. It's Tony. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain. Still a ways to go, though. The Kansas City defense back onto the field. They'll be looking to be the aggressors here as this drive begins with a 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Going right back to Akers. And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Anthony. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Open man right side is Tony. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Myers in motion right. Now a quick throw out wide to Myers. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's good for a Las Vegas first down. First and 10.
They'll look to throw again. Pass complete right side to Bowers. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. Back to throw again. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete. Jacoby Myers, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. The 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football.
The Chiefs defense back out there. They'll see what they can do and trying to force a stop as this drive starts 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Anthony. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Second and 10. Looking to throw. Anthony. Here's Tony on the quick slant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Back to throw. Anthony. And the Chiefs are going to get him. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw. Anthony. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and giving him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
And that's complete to Adams. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. Operating from the gun, Anthony. And he's going to be brought down here in backfield. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback. Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
That's good for another Las Vegas.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
And they'll run again. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. This one in the win column for Kansas City. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Chiefs, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.
and the code is to catching the COVID, to bless with success and promote it, to just do it.
Yeah, buddy, you ready or not? Don't really care if you was or you wasn't LeBron. From now on, I'm calling the shots. I don't really care about your hating little daddy LeBron. Your mammy's a pity. Anytime I get beside myself, I remind myself from. Think I gotta go through. I don't like therapists, I don't like most. You love me, love my go-to. Love a thing blind on top like. Tell the road told you, wait, don't even know you. Step right, I'm a long trip, blink of my VIP. Snack of my. Won't break, won't miss, Rich took his check, I know. We talking start like ball high, pretty face guy like, bruh, how do I exist? In the gym every day, I'm gonna miss. Summer daddy like, boy, don't blow my assist. I got it, tryna to slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this.
Wait! My time! Wait! My side! Yellow! My side! My side! Yellow! My side! Yellow! My side!
This love is getting kind of dangerous.
Yellow.
Feels like it's a load. My mind
Yellow! My side!
sounding like a cloud of dust. My heart always wants to run. Oh, if you want a cowboy on a white horse, riding out into the sunset, if that's the kind of love you wanna wait for, hold on now, girl, I ain't there yet. No, I ain't there yet. No, I ain't there yet. White horse.
It's week 17 of the NFL, and the spotlight is on these Chiefs' superstar cornerback. He's put together 41 tackles so far this season. It's the Chiefs and the Bears on Sunday night.
One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport, and what the Chiefs defense ready to get going. They come in on top in the NFC West. And the one we'll be watching is this man at corner.
So many times when he's on the field, you hear announcers like us talk about how calculating he is when he goes for the football. And what they mean, he has a high football IQ, and he eliminates all the errors that could happen and makes big plays as a result.
Looking to throw is Williams. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. To throw, Williams. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Nick Bolton in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. They need 12 here. It's third down. To the air, Williams. That's complete. Roma Dunze. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. The numbers for him from a week ago. 3 catches, 53 yards.
And you know what he did all week in preparation for this one? Hydrated.
Salivated.
Yes, stretched, dreamed, going against the last team in the league against the pass.
Yeah.
He expects to catch every one thrown today.
You're right. They have struggled 32 of 32 in that category. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 43. Williams going to look to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but they have any hopes of making waves in January. They've got to improve in this area.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. To throw, it's Williams. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Williams. And that's out to the flat for Swift. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. In motion, the tight end. Working out of the gun, Williams. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Nick Bolton, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. So here's a 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Williams. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially the Kansas City defense back onto the field. They lead 7-0, trying to put a stop together here as this drive starts with a first down.
Ready.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field.
Let's go now. Go.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So,
and the Chiefs are going to get him. That was Justin Reed, the safety, who got to the quarterback. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it second down and 12.
On the jump. Here we go. Here we go.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Nick Bolton make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
The Chiefs defense back out there. They'll have to defend the short field here as this drive begins with a 1st and 10. Williams throwing to start the drive. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll go right back to Moore, complete again. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Looking to throw. Williams. And he's got it. And the Bears are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw once more, here's Williams. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. They'll look to throw for it with Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
I thought that was a...
The Kansas City defense back onto the field. They've looked good so far. This whole team has, for that matter, in the midst of a big first half as this next drive begins 1st and 10.
Got it. Ready? Come on. Set. Ready?
From the gun, here's Williams. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He'll get this off to Swift. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
Here we go, set.
On third down, here comes Swift. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
Ready, set. Ready, go.
Now Williams, a final shot before break. To the sideline and incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at the Caesar Superdome in New Orleans, where it was the Saints who come away with the victory at home. The Saints found the victories to be few and far between this year, but the win here in Week 17 gets them to 4-12 with one game to go. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey to check on the Giants. And it was the visiting LA Rams who get the victory in that one. Puka Nacua, well over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. And then lastly, the nation gets a good one on Monday night between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. We got a strong first half out of the running back Isaiah Pacheco. He's already over 100 yards rushing for the game and has a touchdown run as well. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go.
The Chiefs defense back out there. They'll play with a lead here to begin this third quarter. Looking for another solid half of football to carry them to victory. Third quarter starts with a run from Swift. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Williams. That pass complete to Moore. Finding room at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Swift going to try up the middle. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Williams. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Chiefs will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. The Kansas City defense back onto the field. They've done a really nice job of slowing the tempo of this offense, and as a result, they've got a comfortable third quarter lead as this next drive begins 1st and 10. Williams now throwing to start the drive. He's got the connection to Moore. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Down the right sideline. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him, and I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
The Chiefs defense back out there. They'll try to put together a stop as this drive begins with a 1st and 10.
On the set. Set. Ready.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chris Jones in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Williams. Over the middle, complete. That's Moore. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Only able to gain a couple there, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Operating from the gun, Williams. He finds his man, complete. That's Owens. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 30. 21 yards there on 3rd down. Now, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting...
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Elijah Moore, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. The Kansas City defense back onto the field. They'll be looking to get off the field quickly here as this drive begins. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Ready, go!
Back to throw. Williams. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Williams. And again back to Komet. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Moore. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Moore, the man in motion. Throwing again here, Williams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Rome Odunze from 4 yards out. And the Bears get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least... The Chiefs defense back out there. They've put in a very good shift so far. This one pretty well in hand. Just looking to finish strong here in the fourth as this next drive starts 1st and 10.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation.
Looking to throw is Williams. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
The pickup of 6 brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
To throw, Williams. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
2nd and 5. Throwing is Williams.
There's a short throw. It's caught by Komet. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right.
To the air once more, Williams.
That is caught, and he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 24-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
To throw, it's Williams. Complete on the quick throw to Moore.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Kansas City, they move to a sparkling 15-1 with one game still to go in the regular season.
Hey. Shout the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. Hey. Break down, stay down, look what I make now. Hit boy, earthquake, boy, it's a shakedown. I done so much work, they think it's fake now. Big fish, every beat is just bait now. Got rich, some switch, they try to hate now. Leave, I'm straight, I got a rake now. Need cheese, cash app, Venmo, PayPal. Turned up to the max, I'm finna break down. Flow water, big trip, boy, this a gray cloud. Highlights, ball is life, my whole take, wow. Big balls, hella chicken, I feel like Rick Ross. Why you going so damn hard? They got me off. These new ain't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. Hit boy, work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these. Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. These new can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. If hit boy work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these luxury. Luxury. Ha, these luxury. Ha, luxury. Ha, they can't with me. Slow it. I ain't finna stop till they make the rap blow it. Shout out, yeah, she was with me at my lowest. Best baby daddy in the world, and you know it. I thought that I was done, he said hop back in. Made it to the league, this is not Pac-10. Headline set, that's a big back end. Let the beat drop, bring that back in. Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang it. Huh.